Welcome back, CULÉS and football fans. Today we've got an action-packed Barcelona and Real Madrid update loaded with transfer news, rising stars and Ballon d'Or buzz. From Julián Álvarez eyeing a future move to Barcelona as Lewandowski's successor, to Huijsen opening up on life at Real Madrid, and of course the incredible support for Lamine Yamal's Ballon d'Or dream, there's plenty to unpack. We'll also look at Flick's untouchables in the current squad and the rise of young talents like PEDRO, FERNANDEZ, who is making waves inside the club. Stay tuned because you don't want to miss this roundup. According to Fichajes, Atletico Madrid forward Julián Álvarez has expressed his desire to join Barcelona in the summer of 2026. The outlet mentions that the Argentina forward sees the Blaugrana as the perfect stage to relaunch his career and eventually succeed Robert Lewandowski in the club's attack. Last season, Álvarez experienced a starting role under Diego Simeone. This season, however, although he has been used as the sole striker at times, on other occasions, he has partnered with Alexander Sørloth in a two-forward system. This constant rotation has reportedly affected his confidence. "I feel like I can give more if I have continuity in my natural position," he told those close to him. The lack of tactical clarity has contributed to his desire for a new challenge, opening the door to a potential move to Barcelona. Barcelona's planning and challenges. Barcelona are fully aware that Lewandowski's tenure will be coming to an end. With the Pole's contract running until 2026, finding a long-term replacement is a priority. The club's leadership has identified Álvarez as the ideal candidate. His dynamic style, ability to press high, and international experience fit perfectly with Barcelona's attacking philosophy. Reports even suggest that Álvarez is ready to adjust his salary expectations to facilitate the move. Financial constraints could be the biggest hurdle, given the club's history with fair play restrictions. However, the situation is expected to improve by 2026, making a deal feasible. A transfer could cost around €80 million, a sum considered manageable if both the player and Atletico agree to negotiate. Atletico Madrid know that if they want to keep a player like Julián Álvarez, they'll need to give him a more important role in the squad. If Diego Simeone can't guarantee that, then a transfer could end up being the best outcome for both the club and the player. What's certain is that Álvarez is very keen on making the move. His dream is to wear the Blaugrana shirt and become the leader of Barcelona's new attacking era. Meanwhile, over at Real Madrid, Huijsen has shared what it's been like joining up with the Spanish national team after his transfer to Los Blancos. The young defender opened up about how his teammates have reacted to his big move, giving fans a glimpse of life inside the camp. Defender Huijsen of course sealed a big-money Real Madrid switch this past summer. After the brass at the Santiago Bernabéu made the call to activate his Bournemouth release clause, the 20-year-old jumped at the chance to join one of world football's leading clubs. Huijsen has since gone on to take to life in the Spanish capital like a duck to water, shining at the heart of new boss Xabi Alonso's backline. As much culminated in an expected international call-up on the part of La Roja boss Luis de la Fuente for the September break. And as alluded to above, this weekend, Huijsen has opened up on some of the treatment he has been subjected to by his compatriots since linking up with Real Madrid. "In the national team, some tell me that I've done well choosing Real Madrid. Barca players tease me, but we'll talk in El Clásico." FC Barcelona had a memorable 2024-25 season in which they won all the big domestic titles, even though it was the very first season in charge of the team for the German coach HANSI Flick. Several Blaugrana players also stood out individually during the last season, with the most prominent of them being the youngster Lamine Yamal, who continues to amaze the world with his talent at such a young age. The 18-year-old had such a good season that he is one of the top contenders for the Ballon d'Or this season. His main competitor will be the former Barcelona and current Paris Saint-Germain forward Ousmane Dembélé, who also has a very strong case for getting the biggest individual prize in football. The winner of this award will be announced soon on September 22nd, but as Mundo Deportivo has noted, several big names in European football have already given their backing to the Blaugrana youngster to get this award. Some of the most prominent of these names and their words about Yamal's chances of winning the Ballon d'Or are mentioned here. Matthias: "If I were to vote, I'd give it to Lamine because we all love him so much." Gullit: "It's not just about winning, what we saw from Lamine was incredible. He has a little bit more." Van Basten: "He's the best of the 2024-25 season." Papin: "He deserves to win, he had an exceptional season." Zidane: "What he did in Milan at that age I had never seen in my life." Ronaldinho: "He can make history not once but several times." Capello: "I would vote for Yamal." Luis Fernandez: I really like Dembele, but then there's Lamine. Javi Martinez, he was the best, sorry PSG. Future, he's a phenomenon, he can win several. Lineker, he'll be the next big thing after Maradona and Messi. Rio Ferdinand, Ballon d'Or, Ballon d'Or, Ballon d'Or. Crouch, he has to win this trophy. Rakitic, if we had reached the Champions League final, it would already be very clear. Arturo Vidal, he'll win it this year. He's killing it. Raul Albiol, whatever happens it's yours. Gerard Deulofeu, he's the best creator in football. Mario Suarez, if he doesn't win that will speak for itself. De La Fuente, he's the best in the world. Cucurella, with the things he does at his age. Lewandowski, if not this year it will be next. Rashford, based on ability he has to win. Count, Lamine and Dembele deserve it. Haaland, this guy is incredible. With all the big names backing him, there is no doubt that Lamine Yamal can bring another Ballon d'Or to Barcelona this year. However, it will be a very tight competition with all the trophies that Ousmane Dembele won with PSG last season, and it remains to be seen which of these two players or anyone else gets their hands on the award. We are already 3 matches into the new season as Barcelona look to defend their La Liga crown. The Catalans have so far collected 7 points, with their most recent matchup ending in a 1-1 draw with Rayo Vallecano. One of the striking features at Barcelona this season has been the way HANSI Flick has rotated the team more often, with no set pattern. Even then, a few players have emerged as ever-present figures in Flick's lineup so far this season. For Untouchables, for HANSI Flick. As reported by Diario AS, 4 players have emerged as untouchables for Barcelona under Flick this season. Juan Garcia, Lamine Yamal, Pedri and Eric Garcia. Eric Garcia's rise has been the biggest surprise. Preferred ahead of Jules Koundé at right back in the opening fixtures, the defender also featured as a centre-back against Rayo. This confidence is expected to soon lead to a contract renewal beyond 2026. Pedri remains indispensable in midfield. His ability to dictate tempo, break lines, and recover possession makes him Flick's true metronome. Supporting cast members like Frenkie de Jong, Marc Casado, and Gavi have rotated around him, but Pedri's role is irreplaceable. For Lamine Yamal, the story is about decisiveness. Flick hasn't dared take him off, even in calmer games, with the youngster already establishing himself as Barcelona's talisman. His cool penalty against Rayo further underlined his growing leadership and ability to lead the Barcelona frontline, even at the age of just 18. Finally, Joan Garcia has justified the faith shown in him as Barcelona's new number 1. With Marc-Andre ter Stegen sidelined, Flick has made it clear that Garcia is the undisputed starter between the sticks. FC Barcelona undertook a tour of Asia this summer for their pre-season preparations and played 3 friendly games in Japan and South Korea during this trip. Among the first-team players and academy talents that HANSI Flick took for this tour was also the promising youngster Pedro Fernandez, DRO. The 18-year-old striker made the most of his chance with the senior team, showing flashes of his potential and even scoring in his debut against Vissel Kobe. But things could have turned out very differently for DRO. After a difficult season last year, he might not have been given this opportunity at all. According to Sport, it was thanks to the direct involvement of Barcelona's football coordinator Bojan Krkic that he got the call-up to train and play under HANSI Flick, a move that has already changed the trajectory of his career. Some time ago, the player's agent, Ivan de la Peña, and the director of youth teams at Barcelona, José Ramón Alexanco, had serious differences over the plans for DRO's sporting and contractual future. To solve the issue, the agent decided to take the matter to Bojan, who was already aware of the youngster's potential from his time as the coach of the Cadet A team, where he had coincided with him. Bojan thus did not shy from recommending the player to HANSI Flick to call him up for the first team, and the German coach was also quickly satisfied with the player's level. For now, DRO will be looking to play with Barcelona Athletic for some time. Hopefully, he will continue to impress the decision-makers at the Blaugrana club, and become the next big name to make the jump from La Masia to the first team. And that wraps up today's huge update, CULÉS. From transfer dreams with Álvarez to Real Madrid camp stories, Yamal's Ballon d'Or push, and Barcelona's next generation led by DRO. It's clear the future is bright and full of drama. What do you think? Should Barcelona go all in for Julián Álvarez in 2026? And will Lamine Yamal make history with the Ballon d'Or? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for daily Barcelona and Real Madrid news. See you in the next video.